I feel very lucky actually. I didn't make it onto the launch of this car, and the kind of people from Porsche said, well, we'll get you one to drive. And I thought, well, I don't want to do it somewhere boring. So I asked if I could just drop a pin on Apple Maps and if they could deliver the car there, and they said, that sounds like good fun. So I dropped a pin, hence the reason for the name of this film. This is one of my favourite roads. I want to go and revisit some memories. We've got the N85 nearby, the Route Napoleon. We've got so many great roads down here, they are sensational, and it's the best place to try and fully understand what Porsche's done with this latest GT3 Touring, which I'm led to believe is quite a different car to its predecessor. Southern France in April. It's a great time to come down here and drive because the UK still has very variable weather, but it's getting good down here now. It's been about 18 to 20 degrees all day, but there's no tourist traffic here. There's lots of locals fanging around in their small hatchbacks, driving very fast and very well. They know how to pedal down here. This is also a fantastic place to come understand this new GT3 Touring, which I think is quite different to the car it replaces. We've got less spring rate, we've got some revised gearing, we've got some different bits to the engine. Quite often, the 911 as a package responds to lots of little upgrades and changes in surprising ways. Sometimes they're not that apparent, you know, you sort of drive the car and go, I don't get it. This is not one of those sets of upgrades. Even on this much flatter surface than we have in the UK, this car's more compliant. It's not following cameras as much. It just feels to me like a normal manual 911. It's a bit noisier. It's got a very strange gearbox whine to it actually, which I find quite appealing. It makes it a little bit race car-y. But there's a gear, like it's got a burr on a gear cog or something. I rather like it. And it chunters away a bit as well. It's not as noisy as an ST with that very lightweight flywheel. So yeah, we've got more ride comfort. We've got more immediacy and response in the engine because this final drive is shorter. So, you know, just pulling out of a village there and forth just goes. Engine, interesting. It's got power, but it's lost a little bit of sharpness to me to the throttle. That must be emissions based. You know, it's there, but there's a sort of it doesn't snap, it goes. I mean, it's still, and I really am splitting hairs there because we're talking about an engine that is absolutely fantastic and compared to most turbocharged stuff is superior. I don't know what they've done to the steering. They'll probably say it's exactly the same, but to me, it feels better than before. But I have to say, as a package, you need to own one of these if you like driving. I'm looking at a signpost. It says we're on the D2 at 1,078 metres. There's a 6% gradient for cyclists, so it's tough. And also I've got a brand new GT3 992.2 Touring to look at. This road, little point of trivia, is quite famous. It's called the D2, but you know it as the road on which they filmed those sequences in GoldenEye with the 355 on all the tunnel-y stuff. Oh, there's a motorcyclist going past. It's going to be noisy. Further complicated by the fact there's a rally going past. Neil said he didn't want to film near the rally. I said it'd be lots of fun to film as the rally cars go past. So what are we looking at here? This is effectively, for me, a blue collar or slightly cheaper 911 ST. You've got the Leichtbau package on this car. 157,000 basic in the UK, 30 grand for your mag wheels, carbon roof, carbon door panels, carbon rear anti-roll bars, some other bits and bobs as well, which I'm sure you can read about. I did a video with pointing up for the absolute exact stuff. Oh, look at that. Look. Oh, look, turn around. Volvo, there it is. 205 Rally. Go on, my son. This is magnificent. This is the best ever walk around I've done. So yes, we've got a £250,000 ST, but for about 100 £80,000. You can argue it's great value. It's not quite an ST because you've got the heavier door panels, even though they've got carbon outside, and there's some other bits and bobs that are different. You don't have that crazy lightweight clutch, but that makes this car quite a bit easier to drive at low speed. Let's delve in and look a bit closer. I mean, it says it's a lightweight carbon door. It doesn't feel that light to me. But I'm doing the knuckle test. That sounds a bit carbony. This is interesting. That's supposed to be a carbon roof. Listen to this. It just sounds like aluminium or steel to me. Oh, Fulvia. Look. Go on, lads! Don't we love rallying? So, yeah, we've got the old carbon roof, carbon there, mag wheels. The wheels alone are going to be 15 grand. Inside, you get a little plaque that says Leichtbau, and you get a shorter gear lever from the ST. So what we're saying is if you pay more money, you get less length. Hello and welcome to the interior of the 992.2 GT3 Touring. I'm using forum language now. I don't say facelift to say .2 because they all do that, the kids do. Right, what do you need to know? Return the key, dashboard comes on. Somehow a piece of gaffer tape's gone over the speed bit of the digital readout, but I can't tell you why. What I do love is you can have the rev counter with the red line pointing to the top. That's all that matters. You can play with this as much as you want. Do I miss the analog rev counter thing? On paper I did. After a day of driving I couldn't give a shizzle, so I probably got that wrong. I love the fact you can have that old style rev counter reading to 10 with 9 at the vertical. I think it's fantastic. Other most important aspect of this, there's a button here that says assist. I didn't have this on my 992. You press that button once and you can immediately shortcut to get rid of the lane assist and the speed warning. It's brilliant. It is your automatic shortcut to get rid of what we call in the trade the shit. So you got that? That's the shit button. Shit off. Brilliant. Just a great idea, shortcutting that stuff. Other than that, it's sort of much of a muchness. You get the short stubby gear lever, which I'm not sure about short stubby gear levers. I mean, the shift quality is really good on this car. I'm sure it makes, if it adds anything to the experience or not. And then there's the great irony of the fact they've added a little metal plaque to tell us it's the Leichtbau version, which saves, whatever, 5-10 kilograms. But, they've put a metal plaque in to show the fact that it's lighter. Get the irony? The other big news is this seat. You can see this seat here. Look, it's great. I'll show you one thing that's bad about the seat. The rest of it's brilliant. Okay, the shape is brilliant for most people. I'm a bit fat these days. You can fold it forwards. There you go. If I pull that, can I do that? There you go. Folds forwards like that. No back seats in this car, weirdly. Carbon back, strong as you like. And then you've got this release function here where you can get in there, press this button. There you go, and take those out. Okay, which are, that means you can wear a crash helmet. So the whole thing is rather clever. Although it now says release on the headrest, which looks a bit like an adult movie to me. I'm not sure about that, the word release on your headrest. The only problem I've got is this. If you've lived with Porsche bucket seats for the last 15 years like I have, the bit between the side bolster and the squab, there's a gap, and that's where this lives. You poke it down there, don't you? That's where you poke your sweets, you poke your payage tickets, whatever it is. That's not a bolster anymore. It's just a solid seat. So you can't put your blower down there, which I've always done. I know it should be back here in this wireless charging thing, but I don't know. I always like to keep my phone down there. Otherwise, well, it's the usual, isn't it? I think it's not a bad cabin, but why would you put the cup holder there if that's where you change gear? I don't get it. The door bins are a bit mean. The net is fine, but you can't really get much in here. A 991 cabin, to me, is still a nicer place to be. It's also an abject lesson in telling us how much performance you actually need on the road. I mean, I know it's way down on the opposition, all the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the McLarens, they've all got, 700 horsepower, whatever they've got. You just don't need it on the road. This is all you need. And you've got this lovely, lovely gearbox. This is obviously the Leichtbau treatment, lightweight. We've got the short throw gear lever, which is a very high quality shift indeed. Remember in 2011 when Porsche launched the 991, there was talk of the manual not even appearing, and they gave us that 7-speed sort of afterthought manual gearbox. Doesn't that seem a long time ago? Porsche now makes so much money out of manual gearbox cars, and they've forgotten all that nonsense. This is really, really good. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. Clutches right weight, pedal travels about right. I mean, we're back to four-wheel steering here as well. So the ST didn't have it, this does have it. I'm amazed at how little I didn't really notice the ST not having it. I don't know, they do confuse me sometimes, these cars. Anyhow, it's going home time, so they're all moving quite well. I'm gonna maybe hang back a bit, and then we'll give it a bit of a push, shall we? See what happens. Engine just feels quietly very, very powerful. Third gear, we'll give it a run in third now. So I'll go part throttle. Now that's into the bulkhead. Listen to that noise. Steering just makes me feel completely confident in where I can place the car. It's wide around the hips, but this road's big enough for this car. Look at the manual gearbox. I'm controlling what I'm doing. Rev it out. 8.7 that time. If you're an enthusiast, you probably dip the window a bit, just hear it coming off those walls. Oh. Do you know what? This is just real driving, unfiltered. 3 pedals, steering wheel, no turbocharger. Oh, they should just keep building this car. They don't need to improve it. It's just so good. 4th gear, straight back into the torque. Really big bumps. Suspension takes it nicely. Doesn't allow as much travel in that suspension. Those tyres squeezed up against the wheel arches, but there's compliance. I don't want to go any faster here. Oh, come on. And that's all you need, isn't it? You don't need an hour of it. You just need to choose your moment. Just those 2-3 minutes. Now I'll back off again. Or I might stop and have a coffee. Or I might make a phone call or doom and scroll my phone looking for Tap for sale on Car and Classic or whatever it is I like doing in my spare time. But I can then go again and again and again. When I knock it back, I've got a normal 911. I've got a car that should have 4 seats but has 2. I've got this really comfortable new seat. I've got a cup holder that was designed and placed by a genuine moron. I've got this new dashboard. Now, I was offered one sports car. Nothing comes close. Nothing comes close. It's not the fastest. It could look more exotic, but for those that know and want to do, it's the best. Called me a scratch record, but the best is just the best.